Bill, you've talked about systems before and developing systems and how important that is. Tell me about you. What led you to develop a system for your company, and how dramatic was the effect on your company?
Well, you know, when you talk about developing systems, there's certain great models out there like McDonald's. Now, I've traveled to 129 countries, but the French fries and the hamburgers taste the same in all those countries when I go to McDonald's. And that's the place I love to eat hamburgers when I'm out of the country. Well, I realized that's the kind of system you want to have in the company you're developing. You know, my turnover was so bad when I first started that I developed a system that would compensate for my turnover. But my system actually decreased the turnover. You know, in 16 years of doing business, Philip, we only had 1 month that we did not make a profit. And it wasn't because we did things great all the time. It was because we had a system that compensated for some of the weaknesses we had. And that's what you want to do. You want to develop a system that's going to guarantee you success in the best of times and of the worst of times.
Now, I know that a lot of let's take the McDonald's example. You know, there are a lot of fast food hamburger companies, and they all kind of had a system. I worked for McDonald's when I was in college, and for a year, and I was annoyed at how particular their system was. I mean, they told you everything. Absolutely. They told you down to the second. They told you how you were going to talk and everything. And I thought, this is really overdoing it. But it works for them. Is that the kind of, I mean, is it a burden sometimes to set up a system that's so specific that it's even down to dress and talk and behavior?
Absolutely. It's a challenge. People resist it because it goes against what people believe the way this thing should be. But let's face it, that's what makes it successful. That way you can hire people in, you hire attitude, and you train skill. And the skill is based on the system you've developed that's going to guarantee you success.
That's great. Do you think that cities can develop systems for their employees?
Absolutely. I have a system in my home, you know. We have a system for everything. At the same time, too, you got to have a system that's flexible. You know what's great about McDonald's? You can see they've changed the menu over the years, but the quality of food, the quality of service is still exactly the same. And that's what's exciting. I love the Egg McMuffin. Why? Because they have a system for making it. It tastes the same. Whatever McDonald's I go to, it tastes the same way. And boy, I love that.
So you would say that if you want good customer service, if you want to give it, that you better set up a system so that you can plug anybody into it.
Absolutely.
That's great.